Greetings, family and friends of Miami Union Adventist Academy. Once again, just want to welcome you to the month of March, and this is your Communicare for the month of March. And the first announcement that I want to make today is Communicare itself, communication itself. It is important and is imperative, it's even required that those of you that are attending Miami Union Adventist Academy, every time you change your phone number, and I'm talking specifically to our parents, every time you change your phone number, every time you move, every time you change your address, every time you change your email, you are required to go into your web account and change the information that it is on there. It is super important that we are able to reach you at any given moment, at any given time, with information that might be pertinent to the health of your child. Of course, we not only reach out to you with Communicare and video messages, but we have to call you for various different situations and scenarios. So it's super important that your information on our account is accurate. It's also important that you have there your information for whoever the next of kin is, or the information of the emergency contact is. Make sure that the emergency contact is updated. Make sure that your information is updated. If there's a father figure in the picture, make sure that is there. If there's a mother figure, that is there. There's a grandparents, the pickup contact, everybody that is involved in the life of the child, make sure the information is on there and that it is accurate. This is important. This is required. If we're not able to get a hold of you for any given reason, then we are required to call the cops. We are required to call the police. We are required to reach out to the authorities. If something happens with your child, we're not able to get a hold of you or anybody in your family. So this is your responsibility. Make sure that your information on our account is updated, is up to date, and that we're able to get a hold of you in any given moment. Also, if you have blocked receiving messages from us for any given reason, just know that it is still your responsibility to know what's going on. We are sending information out. It is your responsibility to receive it. I don't know is that an excuse for failing to some of the tasks that we have to do as parents, as guardians, as protectors of our kids. So make sure that you change that setting in your web account, that you're able to receive the information. On a lighter note, I just want to say that there's so many wonderful things happening at Miami Union Adventist Academy, especially in the high school department, in the middle school department, in the elementary department. But today I want to highlight also specifically the high school department. And the question is, are you involved? Are you with what's happening? Are you part of the culture of what's happening at Miami Union Adventist Academy? Are you taking away from it, or are you adding to it? This year has been a great year for Pride, for MUAA Pride. It's been a really good year for building the school culture and just maximizing the things that we do here on our campus. So through this video, I want to say congratulations to the basketball team and the amount of time that they spend in the court just representing the school and just having a great time out there. They had a great season to the basketball team. So are you involved? As a parent, are you involved with what is happening? I also want to highlight our choir. Our choir does many performances. If you have not yet heard our choir sing, you are missing out. So if you are a parent of one of the choir members, join in one of their performances. If you're not a parent of one of the choir members, go to the information is on the website. Go to where they're doing the performances. Excuse me, information is on the calendar, right on your web. Go to where they're doing the performances, or invite them to go to your church. And they might be almost full this year, but they might be able to come next year. The choir is doing such a beautiful work, so I invite you to be part of that. sports, the choir. Also, we were grateful that we were able to represent Miami Union Adventist Academy in the spelling bee. We had a great time doing our own spelling bee, and the winner from the spelling bee went to the competition for the Southeastern Conference. All three finalists did such a good job, and we're proud for the representation that we had at the Southeastern Conference spelling bee amongst all of the schools. Are you involved? We're doing basketball, we're doing music, we're doing spelling bee. Now, how about the Friday night vespers? We have had 2 Friday night vespers, and we're going to continue to have them on the second Friday of every month. And this is a vesper for the entire family, and they are beautiful, they're fabulous. The kids are doing such a good job at leading out. The Spirit is leading under the direction of Paul Anderson, so we're grateful for him and his leadership and what's happening on Friday night's Vespers. So put in your calendar, the second Friday of every month, we're having a Vespers here on your campus, and it is student-led. You want to be part of that. It's only once a month. Come and join us. Come and join the students in the wonderful things that they're doing. So as well, we're moving forward with our after school program, our tutoring program. I showed you in the last video how successful that program is being, and our kids are taking advantage of it. We're seeing them jump leaps and bounds and truly benefit from that. It's not too late if you want to be part of that. Does it cost? Yes, but the value supersedes what we're offering, and we're happy for those of you that are taking advantage of it. So be part of what's happening. There are many of you parents, we thank you that you come to the games and you come to the choir performances and you're joining Vespers and you're having your kids participate. Middle school basketball is about to start. Make sure you support that as well. So let's continue to come together and continue on the lighter note. Next Sunday is exciting news for everybody. Next Sunday, March 17th, is our Spring Family Fun Day. Yes, if you remember from last time, we had a blast. We had a great time together. This Sunday is coming up. Hopefully you haven't paid attention. It has been in your calendar since the beginning of the school year. Hopefully you can join us then for our Spring Family Fun Day. It's going to be slightly different than the one before. This is the last one. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of fun with water. Not this one. This is a dry event. We're going to have a basketball competition and volleyball competition and track competition, and we're going to have some other games going on and slides. And a lot of the kids are going to be fundraising, so please bring your wallet to help fundraise our kids, your kids, in their fundraising efforts. So come out on Sunday, March 17th for Family Fun Day. We will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay? Sunday, Family Fun Day. Hope to see you here. In addition to that, I want to say that hopefully you saw the announcements also that we send out. Registration for the 2024-2025 school year, it's open. Registration is open. If you need help registering for your child, make sure you come to the office. Make an appointment also to see Ms. Llewellyn to finalize the registration. As a small recap, remember that we have lowered all of the registration fees. We have lowered all of the registration fees, so you're able to come in and just register all one time and be done. Update your documents, update your information, and just register. Make sure your seat is safe. We're making many changes for next year, including security personnel and security guards for the outside and inside. We're adding more personnel to the staff. We're adding a bus. We're doing many things, and we need you to register now. To clear our confusion, you do not need to have this year paid off before you finish registration. You do not need to have this school year paid off before you do registration for next year. In fact, If you're thinking, well, I have to pay for March and June, April and May, in fact, it is better for you to register first, to prioritize registration first, because that way you have your seat saved for next year instead of waiting for after June or after May to register and then run into some of the issues that we keep running into every single year. Parents that want to bring their child last minute, that we have to say, we cannot take you. It happens every single year because some of the classes get filled pretty fast. We are upping our marketing. We want to go out to more schools and to more churches, and we're changing a lot of different things. So we expect an influx of new faces as well. So do not be the last one. Again, make sure that you register first, that you make that a priority. If you have time this week, call this week. Call Ms. Llewellyn, call the office. I want to finish my registration process for the 2024-2025 school year. I want to make sure that my child's seat is saved, and I'm going to pay March in April. That's fine. Tell them that I said that's fine. But I'm sure you paid in April. So register for next year. Do not delay. Again, in town hall meetings that I presented, I told you many reasons why it's so important that you register the earlier the better, because we will be purchasing everything that we need now or during the summer, just to ensure that when we start in August, we start full force and that nothing is slowing us down. So take the time and register. And as an added bonus, if you have registered, and by the way, there have been several of you that already have, if you have registered, if you have finished that registration process, or if you do it this week, we're going to have a special gift for you at Family Fun Day. Special gift just for you at Family Fun Day if you register. If you have registered, if you have, thumbs up. Thank you. If you're doing it this week, if you finalize it this week, many of you have started the process. We see it. Finish it this week, and we have a special gift just for you, and you're gonna like it, I promise. So make sure you finish the registration process this week. On to some more serious things as well. Make sure that when you come in the morning, you remember that we are not gonna open our doors before 7:30 a.m. I know that there have been some miscommunications, and the back gate has been open for the cars to come in. That gate will also be closed. So please do not drop your kids off before 7:30, because there are no supervisions inside the school, and outside the school there's no supervision either. Also remember that during that time, it's Florida. Sometimes it's nice and sunny, and sometimes it rains. Make sure that you give your child an umbrella if you were going to leave them out. I'm not encouraging you to leave them out there, but if you do, give them an umbrella. It rains. There is no supervision before 7:30 a.m. At 7:30, we'll make sure that we let everybody in. We have more supervision in place. Cafeteria is ready for providing food for our kids, and supervision will be available at that moment. Please do not let your kids be out there before 7:30 a.m. At 7:30, we open our doors through where the gates come in, through the cars come in. That's not a gate for pedestrian, that is for vehicles. Do not encourage your kids to come in through there anyway, because cars will be coming in through there, and that is an added danger that we do not want for our kids. The smaller they are, the more of a danger it is. So use the pedestrian gate as outlined, highlight here as well. Do not use the main gate that is meant for cars. Again, I'm not repeating myself, gate will be locked. We'll open the gate at 7:30. Make sure you do not leave your kids there before 7:30. Moving on, one of the things that came up that I mentioned during the Tahoe meetings, and that I wanted to just remind you, because this is also very, very, very important. There is no reason why our kids should not be studying all the time. I know this is a message that kids will not be in favor of, but if your child ever comes to you at home and says that they don't have any assignments, or they're ahead and they completed the assignments and they receive help and they're good to go, at that moment, especially at that moment, it is important that you have access to our program, which is called iExcel. iExcel is a supplementary program that is available to every single student, no matter what grade they are here in school, that they can go into the computer, and the program helps them with their learning gaps. So the program is a supplement to the teachers in the areas where your child needs help with. They can go on the computer and they can master those skills. The program is very intuitive, and it does helps with the areas that they need help with, the area, he understands the area they need to work more on, and it gives them problems and gives them instructions. It helps students master those areas that perhaps they have not mastered in the classroom. So if you don't know how to access it, call your teacher. The teacher will be able to assist you. Come by the office, we'll be able to assist you as well. And again, there's always room for improvement and growth. So if you have a computer at home, your child says they have nothing to do, they have any homework, at least have them be an hour, 2 hours doing, they could play and relax the rest of the day, the rest of the evening, but make sure they're spending time on there. They're doing it in the classroom as well. We're pushing this because, especially as we know from the pandemic, we lost a lot of time and a lot of instruction time. So our kids do need that time in iExcel. iExcel, remember that. You can go to iExcel and there sign in. Each one of them has an individual username and password that they can use and study. Just be there. Even if you do an hour a day, it will help tremendously. Another thing that we're doing starting this year, and especially next year, is that we're starting a reading program. And that reading program is simply, we're going to be pushing all of our kids from all grades to be reading within 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, that they're spending the time reading books that they like, just reading. It's just so important that they understand, not only to know how to read, but understand reading comprehension, understand what they're reading. And it is important that we do that in all kinds of genres. So reading comprehension is important. So just know that we're starting a reading initiative at your school, where all students will be reading, and hopefully some of us learn that not just the skill of reading, but the art of loving to read. And vocabulary is the single most important thing that you can do for our kids, so they can learn, because that will help them with every subject, including math and science, obviously English, and music. It's all about reading, understanding what you're reading and how to read. So we want to be reading. So pray for us as we launch this reading initiative that is going to transform our kids. It's going to transform SAT test scores. It's going to transform ACT scores. It's going to transform math growth scores. It's going to just truly do wonderful things for the life of our kids as they become professionals in the world that we live in. Lastly, before I remind you of some dates, is that it is sad the amount of uniforms that we find left behind. Here, I'm showing you a couple of pictures of the number of uniforms that kids just leave behind. So there's two aspects to this. We don't understand why there's so many uniforms being just thrown in the street and the ground, throwing in benches, throwing it everywhere. We collect them. We have made bags upon bags upon bags of uniforms that are being left behind, and nobody claims them. Nobody comes to say, I have lost my uniform, I'm missing a sweater, I'm missing a pair of pants, I'm missing a jacket. Honestly, sometimes I feel, well, if others are not caring, why are we caring so much? Is it that we don't understand that there's a cause? And why is it that parents are not when the kids get home, asking them for every piece of the uniform that they took home. And this is not age exclusive. We're finding it all from the little ones to 12th graders, boys and girls. We're finding all kinds of uniform everywhere, all the time. So at times, uniforms get lost that way. Uniforms get thrown away that way because people just throw them all over the place. They get all dirty up. Some of them are ripped. Some of them are just in bad conditions, and we just throw them away. To be honest with you, I have thrown them away. After months, after weeks, nobody claims them. We wash them, we put them aside, then we get rid of them. Nobody comes for them. As we improve on a uniform, as we change now to a new uniform company, as we make the changes that we have to do, make sure you also do your part as well. As kids leave your house with uniform, make sure they come back with that uniform. And if they don't have it, that they come to the office, that they find that piece of uniform, because it costs you money. Teach them that it costs you money. So it costs all of us money. So make sure that you're paying attention to that as well. And lastly, but not least, I know this is a long video. I wanted to just remind you of a few of the upcoming dates that we have coming up. Tomorrow we start our spring week of prayer. Make sure that you continue to pray for every one of our kids. Make sure you continue to uplift in God's name, that our lives are changed, that our spirits are transformed, and that this week of prayer, some of us give our life to God. So week of prayer it starts on March 11. And March 19th, which is the following Tuesday, I want to remind you that we are going to do something different, because that Tuesday it's election day and our campus is used as a election site. Therefore, we are going to do a couple of field trips. We want to make sure our kids are as safe as possible. Some of the classes are doing digital school day. Some of the classes are doing virtual days. That is in discussion. You're going to receive that information. So it varies by department. Elementary department is doing one thing. Middle school department is doing something else. High school department is doing something else. And our point is that we are going to ensure that we're safe and still providing education to every one of our kids, and especially that we have trenches on our campus. We just want to make sure that we're safe as the election process is on the way. Also, March 19 is our home and school meeting. Make sure you continue to attend, continue to be aware of what's happening in your school, continue to support your home and school leadership as well. And then after that, last but not least, of course, on the 25th is spring break. As you make plans for the future, just know that we follow the calendar for Miami-Dade, and in that calendar, we specifically spring break and Christmas break, we follow those to date as well. So Monday 25th is our first day of spring break, and we also want to make sure that you enjoy yourself and you stay safe out there, that you spend time together as family, that you spend time together with Christ, and that of course we continue to grow and come back safe together. So I know it's long-winded. I know I said a lot. Hopefully you saw this to the end. Thank you for your continued support. I hope to see you our next Vespers in April, the second Friday in April. I hope to see you at choir performances and supporting our kids, whether it's spelling bee or whether it's in basketball games or whatever is happening. I hope to truly see you there, and of course hopefully to see you on Sunday for our family fun day. And by then you have registered and we can give you a special gift just for you. If you need help, come by the office and know that we're there for you. Thank you. Thank you for sticking through. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye.